Hi guys, Mitchell here, Mitchell, Minnesota. Welcome back to my channel. Today's my 30-week post-op video. Can you even believe it? We are almost to 8 months. For those of you who are new to the channel, I had revision surgery from a lap band to RNY gastric bypass in August of 2018, and today's my week 30, like I said. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then stay tuned. Hey guys, I'm so glad you are back. First of all, I hope you like my haircut. I got it done yesterday, and I even tried, like, she cut right there, like a line across. I get so sensory. I also hope you like the liquor, my husband's liquor cabinet, if you call it, behind me. That's fun to see. But, you know, it's okay. We're grown-ups. Anyway, spring's coming. It's been in the 40s and 50s, so people in Minnesota are out, you know, swimming and in shorts. Literally in shorts, though, that is true. So I went and got a haircut yesterday, so that's where we're at now. I had, like I said in my intro, my name is Mitchell. I am 30 years old. I am 6 feet, between 6 feet and 6'1", as far as my height. My highest weight for my revision from lap band to gastric bypass, my highest weight was 273 pounds before a 2-week pre-op liquid diet. My day of surgery weight was 260 pounds. I have been a pretty slow loser because, and I'll tell you why, before I get into where I was last week, this week. I bought this book, so I was on Shutterfly, so it's just a little notebook with pictures of me and my husband in it, or on the front. And I used this like extensively, specifically for my weight loss. And looking at the last time I did it, which is funny to kind of look back at your notes. It looks like it was, I'm being so quiet now, I apologize. Last time I did it, I was 224.2 pounds. So I didn't write which video this was. I should have written which video that was. But it's been a while. It has been a while since it was around Christmas, I feel like, because that's when Daniel's Journey, when did you get, because you won my giveaway for my 50-pound loss. Anyway, so that's kind of where we're at. Oh God, I lost my page. I just got off work. I've been working with my kiddos all day. I'm like, jittery. So, yeah, so where was I? 260 pounds day of surgery. Last week I came to at 215.0 pounds, which I was happy with because we finally started to lose. I was stuck at 225 for a long time. And as of this morning, I will put a picture right here. So yes, 212.0, which is a loss of 3 pounds for the week plus a couple days because I uploaded like last Saturday. So very happy with that. Very happy with that, especially in week 30. That brings my total loss to 61 pounds. And that is 61% to goal for weight loss for my full 100-pound loss. Shout out to little Kansas Kitty for being, I think, 98 pounds down since her surgery in June. So super proud of her. Knew me, oh my God. She literally is a new person. I look at her videos now and I'm like, who is this lady and why is she in her videos? I will absolutely take 212 pounds. I am losing slowly but surely. Stall. Little loss, stall, little gain, big loss. There's no rhyme or reason half the time, which is fine. I don't think that at this point, you know, almost 8 months in, I still know just about as little as I knew when I started researching this in April of last year. So we're about a year out from my start into this whole journey. And if you guys would like to see a video of what my lap band was like, and I'd love to do a video if anybody has an interest in that and kind of seeing like what the successes were, what the failures were, what the whole journey was like, because it was a very roller coastery type thing. And I know Barb's Do-Over and Jessica Cakes, you're banders too. So we're getting there, you guys, slowly but surely. To be 12-ish pounds away from Wonderland is so nice. And you know, I'm a big guy. I'm 6 foot, 6'1". So in speaking with my doctor, you know, he thinks that 170 is a little bit way too low, a little bit way too low, a little bit too low, which I would be happy just to get. I'm still going to hold my 170 and then have a fluctuation between maybe 170 and 174. But I'm just really looking forward to Wonderland. So when I have hit Wonderland, there's going to be a giveaway, there's going to be a live stream, the whole shazam, because that's a big deal. That's a big deal for anybody to get to Wonderland. Let's see. So some updates on, because I came to you last week, and I'm so thankful to you guys because I had some DMs in my Instagram and some wonderful comments on my last video, because I was struggling. Like, some of you are also working on your doctorate, some of you are also going through the business, and while that's my choice to do all this stuff, I appreciate the love and support that I've got from you all, because it's incredibly stressful. But something that I was kind of keeping I don't even know if I talked about it, it was such a blur when I filmed that video, was if you're a teacher, you have to have a license in the state you're in. While my family is from Minnesota originally, I am not, as most of you know, and we only moved here in 2017. So almost 2 years ago. So it's, you know, we've only been here a couple years, even though, you know, I spent my summers here and everything like that. So I had to switch my license from the previous state that I was in to Minnesota, and to get a license in a state that's not the state you were just in, they don't just transfer over, which I'm really frustrated with. But you know, you can't have a Washington State license where I'm from, or a Nevada license where I taught most recently, and then move to Minnesota and then just say, oh, that's so great, here's your Minnesota license. That's not how it works. I had to take 6 tests, including reading, writing, math, my content and pedagogy areas. So my content is early childhood special education, so I had to take an early childhood subtest set of tests, and then I had to take a special education subset of tests, and I had to do it under a certain time frame. And I just passed I found out on Friday, this last Friday, that everything was good, because my nerves were getting to me, because I didn't know if I had passed one of them. And if you don't have your license off of a probationary status when you move to a new state after a year, they can rescind your job from you until you get that taken care of. So it was literally hinging on testing. And I'm not a good test taker. I've never been a good test taker. There's a reason I was a music major and did have an opera degree for my first degree, my undergraduate degree. But so I feel a lot better than that. You can ask my husband. I've been a lot nicer the last few days, because that's taken an incredible weight off my shoulders, that yes, I can continue to work, and yes, I'm still qualified to teach in my field. So that's really good. Another update, I did decide to go to Brazil this year. I have not been, and this will be the second year that I haven't gone. So I went in 2017, right before we moved here. So I didn't go last year. So, but I go almost every year, and I see my friends, and I am so excited to go. I think I'll fly into Campinas, which, if any of you are familiar with Brazilian geography, Campinas is west of Sao Paulo. And I will visit my friends for a little over a week, maybe a week and a half, and just kind of we'll fly around Brazil and go see some new cities and do some fun things. And I will take you guys along and do that, because I'm super curious how I will eat there. You know, Brazilians, the last 10 years I've got, they're a very foodie culture. They're very, you know, everything is delicious and everything is cheap for us in our dollars. So I'll have to kind of see how that fits in with everything, right? So stay tuned for that. That'll be fun. I'm currently trying to figure out where I want to fly from, what I want to do, yada yada yada, with my friends in Brazil. So eating, which is probably why you're here. I'm already dragging on like 6-7 minutes. Eating's going well. I'm still not feeling restriction hardly at all, which I know is never a guarantee, but I do want to talk to my doctor about it. I have a visit with him next week, either this Friday or next Friday. I have a check-in with him. So I'm going to ask about that, and I'm curious to see what he says, and I'll update you guys. Because the restriction is, I know it's not a guarantee, but it's kind of the reason that I want on it, right? Like, yes, hopefully I'm not absorbing calories the right way, or fully right now, but that eventually stops. So I think I've been doing a really good job on stopping myself eating most of the time. Like, this is my portion, this is what you get, don't go over it. But I wouldn't be in this mess if I didn't have trouble with that to begin with in my life. So if that makes sense, I hope that that makes sense. So yeah, I'm curious how to eat on a vacation. I'm curious how to drink on a vacation as far as liquor is concerned, and because I bloat when I drink liquor, and all of that stuff. I'm very open to the fact that I see everybody going on vacation, having fun, and being like, you know what, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to try to be as responsible as I can, but you don't let it envelop our lives. We do this every day. In every single one of your guys' videos too, we talk about portions. We talk about when to stop ourselves. We talk about all this stuff, this box that we have to put ourselves in because we have a really unhealthy relationship. I'm speaking for all of us, but hopefully you can see, you know, a lot of us have a really unhealthy relationship with food and have for long periods of time. Little Kansas Kitty talked in her last Saturday video, go watch it if you have not seen it yet, about kind of going like this throughout her life and losing 100 pounds, gaining 100 pounds. I'm the exact same way. I lost 120 pounds, kept it off for 2 years, and it came back so fast, you guys. I remember when we moved here, because I had the saline taken out of my lap band, so I was able to eat more or less normally. And I literally, we were walking up to the house and I was short of breath, and I was probably, my lowest was 170. So I was probably 220, 230 at this point, and which is a lot. That's a big amount in the span of like 6-7 months. And I could feel it in my hips. And what I mean by that is I felt like a creaking, like when you hear a house creak because of growing pains. I was having growing pains because my body was having to support that weight again after having it off for a little over 2 years. So that was my first wake up call, was like, I have to get this under control. And I did all sorts of stuff over that year before I really looked into bariatric solutions. And I would never go back. Even the frustration of not having restriction wouldn't stop me from doing it because, you know, in the words of my doctor, if we have to do a revision, we have to do a revision of your revision. It's not a big deal. And I'm like, I agree it's not a big deal, but I want to make sure that it's right. I want to make sure that I feel full. If I eat slow, when I do everything right and I'm still not feeling full, that's when I get frustrated. When it's like, I could eat more than a cup. Well, that's not helping me. I mean, it is and it's not at the same time. I have to take responsibility for myself, and I understand that. But there's something to be said for a different way of going about things. Does that make sense? Maybe not. I'm okay with being a slow loser. I am totally fine with being a slow loser. If I lost 1 pound a month, that's 12 pounds a year. I mean, you know what I mean? When I could gain, and I'm sure a lot of you guys feel that, if I could gain a pound every 3 days with the way I was eating at one point, like, that in itself is an incredible thing. I am okay with that. My energy recently, granted we've had the snow is melting and the spring is coming and it's going to be up to almost 70 here tomorrow. That's crazy. My energy has been a lot more. I've been able to go to bed a little bit later, between 9 and 10, and then wake up at 5:30 or 6:30, depending on what now that I've said that, there's the yawn. Oh, hopefully BSG Joe caught that. So the energy has been a lot better than it was before, and that's very helpful. A lot of people have asked, how is your protein intake? Are you having Premier Proteins? Because remember at my last visit with my surgeon, he wanted me to lower my protein. I have 3 boxes of Premier Proteins, but I'll have maybe 2 or 3 a week. And that's bided me well. I've kind of upped my carbs a little bit, even though I'm not supposed to be counting, but it's helped. I haven't felt massively hungry in lowering my protein. In fact, I feel like I felt more hungry when I was at 90 to 110 grams of protein a day. So yeah, my emotions have gotten a lot better. They're starting to level out. I mean, I feel like it's been forever since I've had this done, but it's only been 7.5 months. So our bodies are still, for the first, year and a half, 2 years, your body adjusts to things, and our whole way of doing everything completely changes. And which is awesome. I think that's great. And we knew before going into the surgery, right, that like our emotions are going to change, your hair could change, you're going to get saggy skin, perhaps. You're going to do all this stuff. But I think I'm finally getting to a place where I'm feeling confident enough to have my emotions really be in check, more so than they normally would be. I feel good about it. Let's see, a NSV for this week. My belt does not fit anymore, and I will put a video right here. Hi guys, welcome to my bathroom. I wanted to show you, this is my belt that's just kind of hanging off here. So it's nice that there's quite a bit of room in between me, and that's as tight as it'll go. So that's pretty great, I think. So it's nice that it won't go any further. I can't get it to go any further. So it's for show at this point. And I'm very proud of that, because it's a really important thing for me to be able to, oh, time to get a new belt. And there's a hole. Is that a hole? Is that the? Yeah, that's the last hole that I had to put in it. So it's not a real hole, but that one is. So that's good. So the video of, I'm writing it down so I don't forget. Belt. Okay, sorry. So let's talk snacks. I think it's fun. I like to bring in snacks that I'm eating. Like I said last week, I think that's when maybe I'll start doing it. So some snacks that I've had. So first and foremost, you cannot laugh at a couple of these snacks, because guess what? If it works, and if it works, it's not stupid, okay? There. And I can't remember if I showed this first one last week. I was too lazy to go look at my last video, but if I've already seen it, I guess I really, or if I've already done it, I guess I really like it. These are Parmesan crisps from Sam's Club, Maker's Mark, but I'm sure you can find them at lots of places. I think most places probably have a Sam's Club, most states do. I'm not a huge fan of these, but that's why I like them. I'll explain in a moment. They are, as far as 25 of these bad boys is right? 25 crisps. 25 of these is a serving. And each serving has 8 grams of fat, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 12 grams of protein. Because this is just like baked Parmesan. They literally just take it and bake it. So it's right up our alley. I've had it in soup. I've had it by itself. I've had it with some garden vegetable dip. That's a really good one. And I've had this for probably a month, because it's not my favorite thing. And I've started to buy things that maybe I'm not just so obsessed with, because like I can take my time with these and have appropriate portions of it, because they're not my favorite. So that's just something that works for me. Do you guys do that? Do you ever purposely have things in the house that you might not necessarily love, but you like? I think that's where these fit in here. We'll talk liquor at the end. So for the first time in probably our entire marriage, that's how long it's been, years since I've had pancakes. I actually, at Target, I bought these things called Kodiak cakes. I don't know if you guys have heard of these. It's a pancake. They're protein pancakes. And just, this is the chocolate chip one, okay? And has 14 grams of protein per half cup, which is about 3 4-inch flapjacks. 3 grams of fat, 9 grams of sugar, 30 carbs. So it's right in there. It's great. I made it. I only could eat one. I could have eaten more and forced myself, but of course I'm not going to do that. And I had even more. It was even more protein filled because I put Fairlife in it instead of water or regular 2% milk. I put the Fairlife in it, and that really kind of packed it up. And with that, I got sugar-free syrup, which I didn't know they made sugar-free, and it tastes fine. The thing that's a little wonky is my husband bought like regular good, the good stuff, the good natural maple syrup, and he had to refrigerate it after. It was like, oh, I wonder if I have to refrigerate mine. Like, no, you don't. Product does not need to be refrigerated, even after opening. Okay, so it's probably like got cancer in it, but it's sugar-free. So we'll leave it there with it. At least it's sugar-free. This next one is probably where you're gonna giggle, but let me explain. So the good people at at Gerber, we were walking through the store one day at Target, and I'm like, those are little cookies, like little things. These are called arrowroot biscuits, and they're for crawlers. So they're 10-month-old plus. I'm older than 10 months, and I know how to crawl, so I can have these. It's the baby's first biscuit. What I like about these, they disintegrate really quickly. In fact, I'm gonna have one. They disintegrate really quickly in your mouth. And they are so little, and they're just adorable. They're teeny tiny. I've had them with coffee. And it's disintegrated quickly, right? We like that. Kind of a vanilla-y taste. And for a cookie, which, that's a good size for a cookie. It's got 0.5 grams of fat. I'm sorry, guys. 0.5 grams of fat, 3 carbohydrates, and 1 gram of sugar. These are my go-to, like when I have a sweet treat craving. I can't say enough good stuff about these, to the point where my husband ate most of them. Like I've had like 3. So he likes them, and he doesn't have a bypass. And then for liquor, because as you can see, it looks like we're luscious. We're not, but it's just nice to have a bar. I found a local company called Skalven, which is a Norwegian name. They make this here in outside the Twin Cities here in Minnesota. It's, I love everything Norwegian and everything Viking because that's my background. But this vodka is so good, y'all. I put a little bit of it with a splash of cranberry juice or a splash of pineapple juice, and I had it when we were at a friend's house. So it was nice introducing alcohol back in very slowly. I was never a big alcohol person to begin with, so it wasn't really an issue to me to stop it. It is nice to be social once in a while, which is why I can have this here, and it rolls. Like I don't care that it's there. I'm not gonna binge on it. You have Cheetos here and they will be in my mouth, and that's not okay. Other than that, everything else is going really good. Again, thank you guys for your kind words and your love and support. It really means the world to me, and I am still catching up on a couple videos. But yeah, if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments. Feel free to contact me and follow me on my Instagram at Mitchell in Minnesota. And other than that, I will see you guys next time. Have a wonderful day.